Now, Religion in the News, a report and comment on religious trends and events being covered by the media. This week's item is from The Voice of America, October 24th, 2007, with the headline, Dalai Lama Receives Award. The following are excerpts. President George W. Bush presented the Dalai Lama with the United States Congress's highest civilian honor, the Congressional Gold Medal. The decision to award the Dalai Lama the Congressional Gold Medal reflects the great esteem in which the American people hold the Dalai Lama as a revered religious figure, a Nobel laureate, and an important cultural figure. By publicly honoring the Dalai Lama, President Bush said, America raises its voice in the call for religious liberty and basic human rights. An era that has seen an unprecedented number of nations embrace individual freedom has also witnessed the stubborn endurance of religious repression. Americans cannot look to the plight of the religiously oppressed and close our eyes or turn away. And that is why I will continue to urge the leaders of China to welcome the Dalai Lama to China. They will find this good man to be a man of peace and reconciliation. Recent legal measures have expanded and deepened Chinese government control over the practice of Tibetan Buddhism, including imposing restrictions on the operation of monasteries, the training and travel of Tibetan Buddhist monks and nuns, and the recognition of lamas and other important religious leaders. Freedom of belief, said President Bush, is the yearning of the human spirit, a blessing offered to the world, and a cherished value of our nation. Throughout American history, said Mr. Bush, we have stood proudly with those who offer a message of hope and freedom to the world's downtrodden and oppressed. The Dalai Lama, said Mr. Bush, is a symbol of peace and tolerance, a shepherd for the faithful, and the keeper of the flame for his people.
Dave, this is another one of those enigmas that confuses me a bit. Why would the United States, particularly with related to the issues of dealing with China, but that aside, why would the United States honor a religious leader, the Dalai Lama? What has he ever done for this country? What has he ever, how has he ever enabled, helped, aided in any way? He's just a religious leader. I mean, first of all, let's go back. Why did he ever receive the Nobel Peace Prize? What did he ever do for that?
Yeah. At the time I was being interviewed in New Zealand, in the capital, by the major newspaper. And they wanted to know, what about Oral Roberts? What about Benny Hinn? What about, these phonies over there you have on television and so forth? And I was able to give them some information. And then I said, somebody else we ought to talk about too. He travels around the world initiating people into Tibetan tantric deity yoga, turning everybody into little bodhisattvas, into little gods who can control their own, universe all around them. The Dalai Lama, that's the end. As soon as you mention the Dalai Lama, he gets the Nobel Peace Prize for introducing people or initiating them into tantric deity yoga. Now, he claims to be God. Mm-hmm. Let's be blunt about it, although in Buddhism there really isn't a God. Depends on what kind of Buddhism. And he claims to be God, and he claims he has this power and so forth. I think he has to hold an umbrella over his head to keep off the rain and so forth. I don't think he's a God. But yet he was honored with a Nobel Peace Prize for that. And Tom, I will never forget, what was the name of that New Age big magazine? I can't remember, but it was a December 19-something or other. It had a picture of the palace at Lhasa and the, beautiful snow-capped Himalayas behind it. And then over it was superimposed the Dalai Lama. And it said, "Peace to the world." Now, that was the announcement of the angels at the birth of Jesus. But now the Dalai Lama, he's the man of peace who's going to bring peace to the world. He gets the Nobel Peace Prize for it because he's going to turn us all into little bodhisattvas. And now you say, Tom, you're perturbed, or you're nonplussed that
that's right.
The United States honors this man. Wait a minute, how about Yogi Bhajan? Congress honored him, maybe even more highly than this.
Dave, how does something like this happen? I came out of Hollywood, all right? As you know, I spent a number of years down there in Hollywood as a screenwriter. And you could walk Hollywood Boulevard, and there are stars right on the pavement.
Right.
Well, you have to buy those. So I know how that works. You add your name, but then you have to purchase all of this. So whether it's Billy Graham or Hopalong Cassidy or whoever it might be, that's one way. How does this happen? Do you buy your way in? Do you get a hold of somebody and work your way in? I don't get it.
Well, Tom, President Bush claims to be a Christian. He says the Dalai Lama is a symbol of peace. I don't know about that, but okay, he tries to get peace with the Chinese who've overrun his country. Tolerance, well, we could go along with that. A shepherd for the faithful. Mm-hmm. What faithful are these, and how is he their shepherd? And the keeper of the flame for his people. I don't understand that, but
well, Dave,
it's politics, Tom, is what it is.
My friend and your friend, Roger Oakland, we've been featuring his book, Faith Undone, in our first segment.
For more information about the Berean call us toll-free at our order number or visit our website,